This podcast is brought to you by Podcast Nation.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Upgrade your business with Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning fewer carts going abandoned and more sales going cha-ching. So if you're into growing your business, get a commerce platform that's ready to sell wherever your customers are. Visit shopify.com to upgrade your selling today.
Welcome to Nirvana Sisters podcast, where we take the intimidation out of well-being and beauty to help you achieve your highest state, your nirvana. We are sisters-in-law and your hosts. I'm Ah.mi Sherman.
And I'm Katie Chandler. So let's get into some real conversation.
Welcome back to the show, Nirvana Sisters family. It's Ah.mi and Katie, and we're so excited to be here with Rachel Johnson, who's the founder of Ah.mi Health. She is a corporate lawyer by day and an entrepreneur by night, so I can definitely relate to that. And we are super excited to hear about her growing business and hear about the community of women that are figuring out the healthy life together. So welcome to the show, Rachel.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. Actually, on my morning walk this morning, I was listening to Lisa, the founder of Chroma Wellness.
Yes.
Episode you guys just did, because a lot of our members have been doing her 5-day cleanse and like trying all her products. So I was like so curious.
Oh, that's awesome. What has their feedback been? We love it.
They love it. I think, some of them have done Prolong, which is like the powder one, which is really rough. Like I just went to my friend
I've done
in
it.
the Bahamas with me, and she's like, I'm so freaking pissed. I drank powder all day. I lost like less than 1 pound. Like she was.
Yeah, it's horrible. I've done it a few times. Yeah, Chroma's like a million times better and healthier.
Yes, and the people that are doing Chroma, just like they're like we're eating. Like they have like almond butter or whatever that cookie butter is and stuff like that. So I think it's really great. I really want to do it. I am trying to have a third kid. So I'm like, I shouldn't really do a fast now.
Right.
I love experimenting with that stuff. You know, I was a girl like 10 years ago that was doing a juice cleanse, like just with my friends, because I feel like I was the one person that would actually commit with them. And I'd be like, "Mom, we're doing it like 5 days.
That's awesome. Well, we're so happy to have you and get all into it. But before we get into it, let's do our Nirvana of the week and kind of take a step back and talk about what brought us joy this week or today or anything little or big. Katie, why don't you start first?
It's so funny. Thank you, Ah.mi. It's so funny that I'm so my Nirvana of the week was going to be that my in-laws are here. We're here, but as Ah.mi knows, Ah.mi's parents,
my parents,
they just tested positive for COVID last night, so they're on their way home.
They're okay though.
Yes, they are. Their bodies are handling it very, very well. So they're doing. I think they're going to be just fine. But we did have like some great little Nirvana moments with them this week with the kids and everything, and just relaxing and having dinners together. It's nice. I always love having them here. So it's a shame it got cut short, but that was mine. What about you, Ah.mi?
It's so cute. Yeah, my dad was telling me that they went to see the Michael Jackson show on Broadway in New York City like a couple nights ago, and Katie's daughter Maddie went, and it sounded like she was in heaven. Thought it was amazing, and I heard the guy wave at her when they were at the end.
And she said to me, she goes, "I'll never be the same after that."
Yeah, my dad said she waved back, and I was like, okay, she's going to remember that the rest of her life. That was actually one of my Nirvanas, I was going to say, because that was like the cutest thing, because I can remember being that little and something like that happens even now. You're like, oh my God, that is really funny that she said that.
Totally. I remember catching Justin Timberlake's glow stick at a NSYNC concert, and I still like remember it, and I saved the glow stick. It was like on my shelf for so long.
So funny. Yeah. That's so sweet. So I would say I've used versions of this before, but I've been like, I feel like in a little bit of a funk lately with like, I mean, I'm always working out, but just like, you get into the routine. And so this week I've been just doing a lot more walking outside because it's been beautiful out. So, and it's just amazing how much it changes your mood. Cause sometimes you're like, you get up and you're like, you don't feel like getting out of bed. You get like a little lazy, especially today. It's like, before our long holiday weekends. And I was just like, and then I forced myself to get out of bed. And I took a half an hour walk with my dog, and like, I felt so much better coming in. And I was just like, it's just amazing how much like fresh air and the sun in your eyes and like a good walk and sweat can do for you and change your perspective. And I wasn't even like running. I ran a little bit, but mostly just walking, and I just felt so good afterwards. But so that was my nirvana.
Love a good.
What about you, Rachel?
So my nirvana is probably the opposite of health and wellness, but I was in the Bahamas this past weekend, and I think my nirvana was just being at this like really grungy dive bar with a group of 2 other couples we went to the Bahamas with, and we were like taking shots of tequila and singing like Free Fallin' when it was coming
fun.
So fun.
grungy, all these like boaters were in there. And I was just like, this like reminds me of like the good old days. And I mean, it's terrible, but like, I feel like alive in that moment. Like, this is heaven. This is like, that happiness.
I love that feeling.
It was so fun. And I actually went with 2 couples that are dating. They're all 4 of them were recently divorced. And it's something that, I usually go with like married couples or others, but these people were down to like YOLO, have so much fun. They're like on the second leash of life. And it was like so fun and really fun for me and my husband to just like get that renewed energy from them.
That's so great.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so
Nirvanas can be wild and crazy and fun, and lots of great things for you too. Like, it's so important, right? The balance. I think tonight I'm going to probably be having a couple spicy margaritas, and that will be my nirvana for tomorrow.
Exactly. All right, well, let's get into it. So tell us all about Ah.mi Health and how did it start and kind of like what the name represents.
Yeah, so Ah.mi is a play on the French word for friend, because that's really how it started. I had my second baby. I always kind of let it go when I'm pregnant. I like order a bloomin' onion from Outback, Pizza Hut. Like, I just live it up. And I've never been into like health and wellness. I've always like been interested in what other people are doing and like doing juice cleanses here and there, but nothing like I would never look at nutrition labels or ever really feel like I could live a healthy life. And after my second baby, I had about 60 to 70 pounds to lose. And I was like, shoot, like I need to do something and I need to like join something. And there really wasn't a company out there that I felt like spoke my language when it came to getting healthy. There was like Noom, Weight Watchers, which are great, but I just wanted something like fresh, elevated, sharing all the healthy products. And I realized like what motivated me was seeing other busy women doing it, like seeing somebody that's similar to me. Maybe she's like the head of Burger King or something, going for a run at 6 a.m. I'm like, shit, if she can do it, I know she's getting on a flight somewhere, I can do it too. So I got a group of 6 of my girlfriends together, and we'd all like get together and be like, oh, I got to get healthy. And like nobody ever did anything. And I was like, guys, we're committing for 3 months. We're going to like eat really simple recipes, share them with each other, and just work out 3 days a week. Because like 3 days a week, you can do even when you're having a shit show week. And like, let's start there. And we did it, really stuck to it. Like most times you would be like, all right, guys, I'm like going on vacation. Good luck with your like little healthy thing. But we wouldn't let people do that. We'd be like, no, you're sticking to it because you can still like do 3 days a week on vacation. Like, yes, you're not eating the healthiest, but you can still do something. So we really stuck with him. We all saw huge changes. Like I lost 25 pounds. My single friends were happy again. They were like back on the dating apps. Like we were just all different. And
it's so great.
It worked, and everybody started asking us like, what the heck are you guys doing? Because naturally when you like start looking and feeling good, people want to ask you. And it's like, what the hell? And they want you to say it's $1,000 shake that like they can do too. And it's just like, we didn't have a magic to it. And so people were like, well, I want to do it too. Or like, I have a group of girls, like we want to do it. And I was like, there's nothing to do. Like just get together and do it. And I finally, then there were like strangers coming to me and they were like, I don't have a group of friends to do it with, but I really want to do it. And so I started setting up these groups on WhatsApp. Some were like already groups of friends, but some were just complete strangers that I like matched together. And I ended up having 16 different groups, like almost 100 women on WhatsApp doing this together. And I was like, there's definitely something here. Like, I feel like people want this. They want something to start and they don't necessarily want it to end. Like there's a reason why Weight Watchers has lifetime members. Like you need that constant reminder to be healthy. And if you could do it in a way where like sharing healthy products like Chroma and like all the cool, collagen stuff that's out. And what do you like to use? Like, that's what we all like to know anyway. And like, it's kind of different than just having like a newsletter content where you're seeing it and not really seeing people use this stuff or talk about it in their everyday life. So about a year ago, I started that. So that was like 3 years ago, the WhatsApp group. I was like, holy shit, like I'm going to a coffee shop. I have a full-time job being a corporate lawyer and managing partner of a law firm. And I was going to a coffee shop on Sundays, setting up these WhatsApp groups. I had 2 little kids. My husband's like, you are freaking insane. Like, what are you doing? And I was like, I just loved it. And I was like, Glenn, I feel like there's something here. And he's like, okay, like I trust you because you always like somehow figure it out. And so about a year ago, I finally saw like there was a need and there was market fit for what we were doing. And so I transferred to a Slack community, and now anybody can join anytime, but we do have like 3 big launches throughout the year where a lot of new members join together. So it's a community of, mostly busy women, whether working or not working, just trying to figure out how to like consistently live that healthy life together. And we do little like challenges throughout the time. We have a registered dietitian that like helped us create Ah.mi, and now we're partnering with other registered dietitians. But we have, a lot of content, like a 1-week reset menu that, probably is like a $90 grocery store run that can really reset you for the week. And like a lot of really cool content to keep you motivated. So when you log on, you get like a member dashboard, you get access to our Ah.mi community, and we have a lot of like exclusive interviews too of like people we want to talk to and know things about, and our members who have had really big changes.
That's amazing. It's so smart because it's all about the accountability and the motivating each other and the experience and sharing it with someone. It just, as you were talking about, it reminded me so much of like our journey together. Amy and I, it sounds very similar to what we do with each other and why we want to share it with people and everything. And I love that you make it very accessible, and that's part of it, all of it, right? It's like, it's accessible. It's for anyone that wants to get started on their wellness journey. They don't have to be a marathon runner. They don't have, it's easy, right?
Yes. Yeah. We're very big. Like we have total newbies, but we also have like health and wellness freaks that like just want to be part of this because they like to like be in the know. And honestly, everybody needs motivation, whether you're like been doing this for 10 years or a newbie. So, and it's really nice because some of the newbies are like, see, I need people like this. My friends are not motivated. I need people more healthy than me showing me what the hell to do. And like, it's true. You kind of need in your life people that like are a little more motivated than you. So they keep track. Like if everybody,
it's so true.
Whatever, you're going to be like, all right, well, let's just not go on a walk today on vacation.
Right. No, that's so true because I know like, years ago, before Katie and I started this, same thing, like she would motivate me because she's like, oh, I just made this amazing salad. And I like, literally, I still have it like in my notes, where and I'll be like, oh, I found this cool, whatever. Katie got me like really eyes open to a lot of healthy eating stuff. And I have another friend who lives in LA, Janine. I don't know if you're listening, Janine, but she's super healthy and always has been. And I feel like she's always telling me what's new and what good workouts to do and just like different things. So I think it is really motivating to have people that are around you that can give you all the tips and tricks and tricks. You're right. That is true when you're on vacation because you can be on vacation and not have to be so gluttonous. You can have your drinks, but you can also get up early and go on a hike or, make your vacation active as well, because then you come back and you feel horrible for like totally not paying attention. So it's like, it's all about that balance. And I also love how it's very real. Like I know you were speaking to that, just like, it's like a group with your friends, which is so nice because it's a little bit more casual and loose. It's not so regimented like some of these programs can be.
Yes. And I think it's good because you are seeing like other real women. Like I said, I think a lot of us are seeing on social and Instagram, like people whose 24/7 job is health and wellness. And it feels very intimidating sometimes. And for me, I just would always like write it off. I'm like, that shit is impossible for me. Like I could never make a collagen latte in the morning. Like that's not my life. And now I've freaking been doing it. Not that hard. You get a little whisker, you get some collagen, and I think you just have to like be like, wait, no, I can freaking do this. I can work out, every day and move my body. I just have to figure out what works for me. And I think that's the thing, like that intimidation factor of, you know, I can't do it, or if I do it, I have to do some like 30-day sprint and make it be everything. That, you know, our goal is like, you stick with this life forever. Our motto is greens, water, move, repeat. And that is what I stuck to, like, especially in the beginning. I'm like, did I have 1 cup of greens today, whether it's in like a side salad with dinner, in a smoothie? Did I drink 90 ounces of water? Because like before I was living dehydrated. I honestly don't even know how I'm alive, or like got through law school being so dehydrated. And then move, like just move your body. Like you said, even a morning walk on a vacation with an iced latte filled with almond milk or sugar, who cares? Like enjoy your walk, but at least go on a walk on vacation in the morning and move your body. And I think focusing on like the simplicity of that kind of makes it feel easy, rather than the counting and then this and then that. And obviously people have to do what works for them. And I think food tracking and counting is like so important for some of our members. But I think they're like overarching, they're still having that like greens, water, move, repeat in the back of their head.
Yeah, I love it. It simplifies it. And then tell us what your nutritionist, what role she plays. So, or he or she, I'm sorry.
So we actually, our plan is to partner with a lot of nutritionists. We do feel like nutrition is that one thing when I talk to people, it is like the personalized aspect of it. Like, yes, we can all be in this group together, but I do think having one-on-one personalized nutrition is so important. Like everybody is different. How often are you going to the bathroom? Maybe you're not having enough fiber. So we are now starting to partner with registered dietitians who, you know, our community has like discounts and perks with that offer that one-on-one personalized nutrition to our members. And I'm working with one now who is amazing. And I have never worked with a registered dietitian. Even in my 3 years of having Ah.mi, I always was like, my mentality, which I feel like is a lot of people, is like, I know what like eating healthy is. Like, I just need like work. I make excuses and I just can't stick with it. And after even just 2 sessions with this registered dietitian, I'm just like, I needed to know the education behind it, what was missing. You know, a lot of us are under eating and like we're so ravenous and open all the pantries at 6 p.m. because we skipped like that crucial 3 p.m. snack that can't just be like the bar. It has to be like the bar and the apple. And like you really have to be scientific about filling yourself up. So I'm like really excited for that next chapter of Ah.mi, of really bringing like one-on-one personalized nutrition. And then we can all share with each other. I'm like, oh, my dietitian told me to get these like bestie crackers on Amazon. I had never heard of those. And I'm like, oh, I actually just ordered them this morning.
But have you heard, we've interviewed Jen Silverman on our show twice, Jen Silverman Nutrition. She's amazing. And she's given us a lot of like good hacks and snacks and recipes. So you should listen to her, but we should also connect you with her because she'd be really valuable for your group. She has great recipes and recommendations. Yes. But yeah, it's so important too. And I agree. It's like, it's all about your body and like how your body reacts to things versus just like this general plan. And I love that you have this group and you're all sharing it. So it's not like this, like, oh, well, I'm not going to tell you like, oh no, get this snack or get this, do this thing.
Goals. Like some people join and it's like, I have 5 pounds to lose. And like somebody else is joining, I'm like, I have 45 pounds. Or somebody's joining and they're just like, I'm freaking depressed. And my therapist told me that I need to get healthy. And so I found Ah.mi. And I feel like it is true. And you guys, I know I'm probably like preaching to the choir, but like once I really started getting healthy, I feel like work got better. Like I wasn't so agitated on like having all this stuff to do because I had the energy of feeling good. And I feel like for me, that was like, so my day is like most people, I'm at my computer from like 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So I need like the same energy as probably like 80% of America that are in, you know, jobs where email is your life.
Yeah.
So true. It's so true. And I do, you were saying this before, but just wanted to comment on it. I love that you're making this so accessible, like Katie was mentioning too, because that's what we're all about too, like taking the intimidation out of well-being, because you're right. You see these people on Instagram and you're like, oh my God, that's so unattainable. It just doesn't feel relatable and it's demotivating in a way. So we have that same ethos around this is like the real 101. And like, these are little things that you can incorporate and not to make it intimidating.
Anybody can do it.
It can totally be that way. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And when you get to it, it's hard, right? Like, I feel like everybody's like, but Jennifer Lopez has like, you know, multi-million dollars and these people have millions of dollars. But like, she's freaking working. It's hard.
Right.
Like, she's being very regimented.
Yeah, no, it's available to everybody. It just depends on like what level you want, what's accessible, like what it's easy for you. What are some of the challenges that you said you have challenges within the club, the health club? What are some of the challenges that you guys do?
I think the like different group challenges. So we are now starting to partner with like trainers. So we just had a trainer do a 4-week strength training challenge because I also like hear the chatter of the community. Like, that's where I go to find out what people want. And people kept talking about weights, and using heavier weights can be like a really good bang for your buck, because you could do 20 minutes of like heavier weights and really feel a difference if you're consistent. So we found a trainer that did a 4-week strength training program in June for a group of our members. You know, it's like not everybody chooses to do every one, but we had about 20 of our members do it. And it just finished. It's finishing on Sunday. But like, if it wasn't for the group, I honestly I would have signed up for that thing, but I would have like probably trickled out after 2 weeks. Like,
Totally.
Did they like it?
And everyone keeps each other accountable.
People were into it. Yeah.
Yes. And even me, like, I think this is like the most on a scale I've weighed, but even being in the Bahamas on a bathing suit, like, I was toned. I had abs. And that was from the weights. Like, I did not look like that before. And so I think like all these little experiments are so good to be like, shit, I really need to be incorporating heavier weights if I want to feel toned.
And also just like playing around with what works for your body. And it sounds like a forum where people are going to be introduced to different things, different methods. They can figure out what feels good for them and what works for them as well. But yeah, it's so true. You see like all over social media, lift heavy, lift heavy, lift heavy, right?
Right. And you're like, what does that mean?
I know. Yeah, it's like, can we actually like do it? Because they have these 5-pound weights, but are they talking about like 8 or 10 pound weights?
Right.
It's so true. And I used to have a trainer, Katie, years ago, and she was amazing. And I did so much weightlifting, but like, I didn't really love the way it looks. I felt like it made me thicker, but not necessarily like long and lean.
Yeah, like it didn't work for you. It doesn't work for me either.
It didn't really, and I liked it because I felt good, but then I was like, to your point, well, I have to come into the community so I can see, but like, what can I do with like lower weights, but more reps? So maybe it's like a little bit more.
Yeah, so this month, a group of members are doing Melissa Wood Health Summer Sculpt.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we do that. Came out, I think yesterday with she's switching up her monthly challenges, which again, I've never been able to stick to her freaking calendar. I'm like, I want those long, lean lines.
Right. I know.
It's a lot of work. But we all are doing her Summer Sculpt calendar for 4 weeks together.
I didn't know that released. I have to look at that. I haven't done it all.
So she switched it up a little, and we each put in like our small group on the Slack channel what our personal goals are. For me, I'm not going to do something every day, but I could commit to her for like 5 days a week, and I'll mix in like a bunch of walks, and like 5 days a week of really being consistent with her workouts. I feel like I'm going to feel a difference.
For sure.
Yeah, it makes a difference. Like, I mean, what I can do now compared to what I could do when I first started doing her workouts is unbelievable. Yeah. Like, I never thought I could do like the challenging ones, and now I'm like doing them. I'm like, oh, and like if you're consistent with Melissa Wood Health, like it really does. That's like the one thing that has made like I feel like the biggest difference. Yes, my mom, but I'm gonna check out the strength training. Yes, I didn't know she was doing that.
About the Summer Sculpt and abs, I think summer booty and abs.
And then is this? So are you introducing essentially, this is in the club, and so there's members that are in the club that maybe have never heard of MW Health, and now they have, and you're exposing them, and it's like this great new world, right? That's also very cool. Exactly. Amy got me onto her.
Yeah, somebody was like, I thought she was like your local friend in Boca, and I looked her up, and she's like a million Instagram followers. I'm like, yeah, she's not my friend. I just probably talked to her. Like,
I know everyone's like friends with her because she's so like sweet. You feel like
people were that resistant to her because she is like, she looks like a supermodel and she's big, are coming in and trying her workouts and like, okay, you guys are always freaking talking about her. I'll try it for $9.99 a month and do this thing with her, you guys, and hopefully convert because I feel like she is so zen and peaceful. Like even my mom, who's in her 70s and part of Ah.mi, we do have like a lot of age.
Oh, that's so good. We should get our moms involved in that. That's so good.
And like moms need, like my mom needs something. Like she thinks she's healthy, but she then eats so much dessert and so much wine. And like this has really helped her in she's like one of our members that actually like does every menu to a T. She'll be like, Rachel, you forgot the blackberries on page number 2. You're the only one like paying us close attention. But she loves Melissa Wood Health. She does like the 45, 50-minute ones.
Wow. Oh my God.
It just really helps.
Oh, I'm like 20 minutes.
Like, what's the shortest one today?
Exactly.
That's
amazing.
So let's talk about your members then. What's the like age range and what do you find is your demographic?
So I think, we are pretty much like, I would say we're 30s, mid 30s to like however old we have 50s, 60s, 70s doing it. And I think the one common denominator is like most people are really busy, whether that's being home with the kids and just not being able to get like a moment for themselves, or like wanting that community of people that are living a healthy life so that they can feel motivation. Or it's really a lot of busy professionals. We have my law firm is in the startup like venture space. And so I just through my network have connections with a lot of people in this space. So it's a lot of like women working at startups that are super busy. And, I think everybody that's in it kind of likes to know the new healthy things. Like I love the idea of brand partnerships. We just did a big partnerships with Third Love, the bra company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All of our members, their new like activewear flex kit. So I'm hoping to do more partnerships like that, which basically gets our members free stuff from like all our favorite brands and like helps these brands amplify themselves in a way that's not just going to influencers, but going to like real.
Right. It's like a real community of women.
Yeah. I think that's so important. Social, they don't have their hundreds of thousands of followers, but they'll still get the word out.
I love it.
Absolutely.
I'm picturing a collaboration with maybe a Nirvana Sisters Ah.mi retreat somewhere. I think that's not a bad idea.
I literally was just thinking that, Katie.
I would totally do that because while listening to Lisa on your guys' podcast, I wrote down that reset place.
Yeah.
She says in Colorado.
Dying to.
And I'm like, wait, I feel like I need to figure out like how freaking expensive is it?
Right. It's expensive. I looked it up, but I was like,
maybe we can get it.
But maybe we can bring a whole group if they're listening. Reset. We could bring a whole group of people, and maybe they
out on social that everybody needs to go here with their friends or their husband to get a reset. Let's work on that.
And we could invite some of our guests that are kind of recurring guests that like always give us all the good nuggets, like a Jen Silverman and whoever else, Katie. How cool would that be?
Absolutely. Yeah, no.
Yeah. All right, listeners, whoever is listening to this right now, please DM us and let us know if you want this to happen and we can do a collab. We'll start planning because I'm all about it.
Into it. It was literally on my list to look into.
That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. So what are the things that you're seeing across your community? It sounds like, it ranges broad age range, which is amazing. Is there like one thing you're seeing that everyone struggles with? Is it the motivation to exercise, not knowing what to eat? Is there like a shared challenge that everyone's facing?
I think the biggest thing, and even like before Ah.mi, I didn't know this was possible, is the consistency. My friends are like, how the hell have you been doing this for 3 years? Like of just being consistently healthy, because like life gets in the way, you get sidetracked, you go on a vacation and forget about everything else when you come back. And like the biggest thing is getting back in the saddle. And like you'll see our chat on Monday, everybody like so back in it, and you always have to get back in it. You can't like I just don't let myself get into those 2 to 3 month funks that used to be my life. Like I would be really healthy for a month and then be like, busy, life sucks.
Right. Then you break the seal and you're like,
yes. And I feel like not doing that is so important. I also think food is like so intimidating, especially if you're not a cook or don't like cooking. And we all know, and I tell like people that ask me this too, I'm like, for me, the biggest thing was food, because like no matter what, I have to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And like if you're busy and working, like you got to get something. And so instead of like ordering delivery dude's Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich, which like I want and love every single day, I'm just like walking downstairs and go to get a salad, or I really try and bring leftovers. And so as part of our La Health Club, we have over 100 easy, simple recipes that are 6 main ingredients or less, that are like curated by our community. When somebody, like when your friends share a recipe, and they're like, oh, I put this together, we actually turn it into an Ah.mi official recipe and have it on our site. We have, it's not like a long blog post of how to make it,
right?
What to get, what to do, and like some tips. And that's really it. And so a lot of our community make that. We also have like a recipe shares channel on Slack. So like you guys said, like when somebody makes, you saw a healthy recipe you want to make, people like share their favorite recipes from the New York Times and from Divine Dish everybody loves. Like go-tos, even Melissa Wood and her recipes are so great. So
it's so funny. It's so true, because I do that with my girlfriends. I have like this chat with my high school girlfriends that we've had forever, and we all talk about a million things. And we always do that with recipes. Like I'm like, I'm making salmon tonight. Like, give me the easiest way to do it. And someone's like, oh, just put it, and it's 2 steps. And I'm like, great. And then I write it down, because then I'm like, okay, so I have like a note, like I'll come into the community and just dump the note in, but it's literally like recipes from Katie, for my friends, that are just easy, because I'm not a good cook. So it's so straightforward. And it's real people giving it to you that are busy. So it's going to be
you're not
easy
gonna
to make.
Home and be like, why the fuck did I choose to make this Tuesday night?
20 ingredients later.
Like this is all like, you can have a crazy day and still make our recipes. And I feel like that's what I needed, because I also like never knew, like you said, if I was going to make a recipe, is this going to be like an hour thing, or can this be like an 18-minute thing while I'm drinking a glass of wine?
Does your community get together? Like, do you have groups that are local that you do things with? And do you find like you have different pockets of people that get together?
Yes. So we have people all over, from like Oregon, California, New York, down in South Florida. So really like everyone is welcome. We are just starting, obviously with COVID, like it was interesting, because I was like, oh, well, I started this before COVID, and then COVID hit. I was like, oh, this is nice. We like have this community that is just virtual, even though it happened by chance. And now we're starting little pockets will get together. We just this week on Tuesday did like a tacos and margarita. We all just met for happy hour.
It's so fun.
And we shared all this healthy stuff. And now we're doing like a recap that's going to go to our whole community of like the vibrator from Goop everybody swears by, like a girl in our community that did Prolong this past week and wants to share like that she's now going to do the 1 week Ah.mi reset menu, because she doesn't do that anymore. Like that stuff, that just like that sharing, I feel like is so important. But yes, I would love to continue to do more like in-person events, also like collabing with other brands and maybe going to a yoga class and then to lunch. I want events that like I want to go to. I feel like my work
that you want to do.
Yeah, my work is like very like long dinners and all of that. So like for my Ah.mi event, I want to be like, okay, 8 p.m. like we're all going to bed. Like
for sure.
Exactly. 8, I'll meet up.
You're speaking Katie's language.
I'm like, we gotta all go get our beauty rest. We're gonna be up at 5:30 a.m.
Yeah, that's so funny.
That's so funny.
I'm joining because it just sounds like such a great place to. First of all, it's like you're with like-minded people that you can, riff ideas back and forth with, and then learn so much as well, and gain motivation and gain a sense of community. It's a really great idea, and I have to tell you, I'm kind of a Francophile, so I love the little French spin on it. The Le Health Club, very cute.
I know, we're so fancy. But yeah, I wanted something that people would also be proud to wear. We always have like a summer Ah.mi hat, and I want people to just be like, that just means I'm like really healthy and like taking care of myself, or like at least trying.
Totally, yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be something.
It's so great. So how do people? So people are listening to this are definitely going to want to be interested in joining. So what happens? Like, what's the?
So you go on our website. You can join. I can send you guys after a code so that any listeners can join with a little discount. And you just get into the community, and then 3 times a year we do launches. So our next launch is our plant-based fall reset, where we really try and be plant-based for a month. Obviously, like you can still eat meat, just majority plants, and share all healthy recipes. We'll do interviews with really healthy people that are plant-based, and just like really try and get into that mindset. So that we have a fall plant-based, we have a super clean January. That's always like our really big one, which is no booze. And people put their spin on it on like no booze during the week, or, whatever their is on the no booze. But it makes it really fun because you always want to like do something come January 1st. And then we just finished our Summer of Strength, which is a month really focused on movement. So those are our big launches, but you can join anytime because like our big thing is like when you're ready, you're freaking ready. And like you want to go now. You don't want to wait for like that next program to come out. Like get all our stuff. You can get our 1 week reset menu, which like shows serious results. If you really stick with it, it is like insane what people see from just this 1 week of clean eating. And it was prepared by a registered dietitian. So like, I'm really big on that. Like, I'm not going to prepare your menu for you. Like, I'm a corporate lawyer, but I will test it out and I will tell you if it freaking works.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. What are some favorite brands that you're seeing like the community likes right now? Like, do you have any good favorites?
Yeah, I was just when I heard about your salmon, there's this one called Omsom, OMSOM. It's like seasoning blends that's really cool and trendy, and people are really loving that. We have like a product Rex channel where people share like all their favorite product Rex. People are really liking this Ithaca hummus.
Yes.
Have you guys tried Recess CBD drinks?
I almost bought them the other day. Yeah.
Okay, be careful because I had one because like, I'll have one. I was like a Friday and you can feel them.
Oh, really?
Like,
That's really?
Yes. And I was like, I was just thinking I was going to be like chill. And I was like, I definitely felt like fuzzy, but zen in like a good way. Yeah. And so stuff like that. We also have a Trader Joe Finds channel that shares like all the best things from Trader Joe's because, it can be a little overwhelming just seeing everything. But a lot of members share like their favorite salad. There's like this superfood burrito that's filled with quinoa and sweet potatoes. It's in like their pre-made section that somebody recently tried.
I love it.
So many brands.
It's so funny. I feel like our brands are so aligned, right? Don't you, Amy? It's
I know.
wild.
When Rachel reached out to us, Katie, I was like, I literally looked on your website and read all about Ah.mi, and I was like, this is like such a amazing union. I don't remember, Rachel, I wrote you back and I'm like, your brand ethos is so similar to ours. I love it. And it's just so nice meeting someone that's like has the same shared mindset, which I'm sure your whole community is like. And it's just, it's just been Katie and I and like our friends. And we started this really because we were telling each other same things, like the exact same kind of things. And we're like, and other people want to know about it. So we're just going to talk about it and like do reviews and
like,
do,
doing it. Like,
yes.
I love like this is my like natural conversation. Even when I did Ah.mi, I'm like, how the fuck are you doing it? Like, how are you working out like that? How are you eating like that? Like, I was always so curious because that's how I would get motivated. So like it's natural. Like now I have Ah.mi and people are like, how do you do Ah.mi and have your law firm?
That's what I was going to ask you next, because being that I also have like a full-time, executive role at a big brand, which I love, also doing this is, it's a lot. It's just a lot of work. And again, same as you, like, I love it. This is my natural conversation. And this is like what Katie and I are super passionate about. So it's not a job, but it's still like, a business, a lot of time.
Yeah, and it's a business. Like you still have to like do taxes and pay invoices. And like, it's not just talking about health and wellness, like 20.
Exactly.
And there would be like millions of them, right? Like, it's still a business. And I think that's a lot of my friends that like want to start something. I'm always the biggest encourager, but then they're like, damn, this shit is hard. And I'm like, I know.
Right.
That's why there's like not that many.
What's that phrase? It's not a sprint it's not a marathon.
No, it's not a sprint. It's a marathon.
Yeah, whatever that is. That's it.
And my goal is like really slow and steady. Like if I'm going to start any business, of course I want it to be successful and I want it to be big and like I want it to make an impact. So I'm not like, playing small here, but I'm also just being realistic that this isn't my full-time job. I love it. It's like feeding this passion of mine. Like I don't want it to go away because there's definitely been days and I'm like, should I not do this? Like, should I kind of like, I don't need to, should I just like close it down? And I'm like, but I like, it really fills up my cup.
Yeah.
And it makes me happy. And I feel like it's so different than my day job that it's like refreshing in a way. Whereas like I love my day job. I love working with founders. I love being a lawyer. Like I'm so into it and get fired up by it. And we have a team of 20 and it's just, you know, I love it. And this is just different. And if I need for a week to just put the brakes on me, I can put the brakes on me. You can't do that with your full-time job. You're in it. In it. But so to find something that's a low lift, to find something you're passionate about. I always, you know, people are always asking me about side hustles. And I'm like, it truly has to be a side hustle passion. Like,
it's like a side passion more than, because I used to, like it's so funny when you say hustle, like the hustle culture. Cause I think like a few years ago, I was definitely like hustle, like, and now it's like that word bothers me so much because it's like that idea of like hustling where like you never rest. Like to me, it means like you're grinding and you're getting burnt out versus like a side passion where it fills your cup to your point. So then it's like easy to do. And you might not have all the time in the world for it. I mean, we don't, but you do what you can. And
and slow and steady wins the race. And it's just like the consistency, like keep going and keep motivating each other. And for sure. I love it. Congratulations on all of your success. It's such a really fun, great idea. And I just think it's going to be, I mean, you guys are already huge. It's going to be really massive. So it's really exciting. And I kind of can't wait.
I hope to just like have an impact and create a brand that like shows people it is possible to be healthy.
Yeah.
Because like at the end of the day, that's all I want. I want to share it with my friends, but I also want to share it with strangers too.
That's amazing. I love it.
Love that.
Love it, love it, love it.
All right, let's get into our wrap session. What is your favorite wellness or beauty hack?
Waking up at 5:30 a.m. I know. I feel like and this is just like a 3-week ago revelation. I actually interviewed one of our members who would always talk on the community about waking up early. And I'm like, okay, I gotta like talk to you about this because I just can't imagine it. And now it has been a complete game changer. And like, I'll sometimes just wake up and go on a walk. And I have 2 little kids and I want to be there for getting them ready. And like, I like that morning of getting them ready and being there. So like, if I can be done with like my working out and, you know, moving my body by 6:30 a.m., that's ideal for me.
Yeah, I completely get that.
Great.
And really quickly and I just wanted to mention this because Amy, you said earlier your nirvana was getting up and going for a walk this morning. And also Rachel, you just said you do that as well. There is science behind like when you get up in the morning, the very first thing you do is get out in the sun. It sets your internal clock and it gets your body, like everything physiologically working in the way that it's supposed to naturally to be like optimized for the day. So there's a lot of science behind that. There's a reason why you feel so great when you do that. So listeners, go walking in the morning sun. All right, so the next one we call it your 5-minute flow. You just got out of the shower and dried off and Uber pinged you. They're 5 minutes away. What are you going to do to get into that Uber as quickly as you can? What are your holy grails, your go-tos to get out the door?
So I'm going to use, I don't know if you guys have heard of G Beauty, but they are a beauty shop. They have shops in Miami and Canada, and they have a primer that is amazing. I use it every day. So I would use my G Beauty primer. I would put on mascara, and I would put on workout clothes with a jean jacket. This is a new Zara crop.
It's so
jacket.
Cute.
It's really cute. Well, I was looking at it going like, where did you get that jacket?
Link. I have so many jean jackets. It is like my go-to. And I like them on conference calls. I kind of just like put them over and you can't even see I'm in workout clothes.
Yeah, for sure.
I just have them draped over my shoulders with big hoops. Like I always wear like big hoops or something. So I have so many jean jackets, whether like scams on Instagram, I'll buy them. Favorite daughter, the Foster sisters have a really good one too. But that's kind of my 5-minute jam, then I'm out the door.
Love it.
Love it. And how do you maintain your daily nirvana?
I think by like following my greens, water, move, repeat. I know it's like back to Ah.mi, but that really, I know that is what makes me feel good. And if I feel good, I am like a rock star at work. I am happy with my husband. And like, I want to play with my kids when I get home and like be with them and not be irritated.
Yeah. I need to do.
I love that. Well, you can tell it's working because your energy is amazing. And like, you just seem like you just feel really good. And love that.
I want to start I have to add the greens. I do the water and the move. Like the greens every day. I need to remember that.
I know.
Well, Katie, I have a recommendation for you that I'm going to talk about and then the next time we record Product Junkies.
Okay, that's exciting.
Yeah, the greens, because like a lot of us, even before, I was like 2 to 3 salads a week. I was like every day. Like I thought I was being healthy.
Right.
But like it makes a difference.
Yeah.
It really does. Okay, well, thank you so much, Rachel, for being on the show. We loved talking to you. We can't wait to join Ah.mi Health ASAP. And we're going to close out with a mantra from Katie.
This mantra for this episode, I think, is just kind of, it's relevant because we're talking about people starting a journey with Ah.mi and, you know, trying new things. And so anyway, I'll just say it. Trust the wait, embrace the uncertainty, enjoy the beauty of becoming. So there you go.
That's so nice.
And then also, I feel like Rachel's mantra, greens, water, move, repeat. Is that it? Yeah.
Don't forget it. Yeah, it's going to be.
I know, that's going to be in my mind now. I love it.
Thank you so much, Rachel. This is great.
Thanks for listening to Nirvana Sisters. For more information on this episode, check out the show notes, please subscribe, and leave us a review. Also, find us on Instagram at Nirvana Sisters. If you loved what you just listened to or know someone that would, please share it and tag us. Tune in next week for a fresh new episode of Nirvana Sisters. We'll continue to watch out for all things wellness so you don't have to. Bye.